Yo, Adam Saxon with Guy in a Cube, and in this video, I want to dig into the migration of Power BI Premium SKUs over to the Microsoft Fabric capacity SKUs, what this all means, and where do we go from here? So back in March of 2024, it was announced that Power BI Premium SKUs would be going away in favor of Microsoft Fabric SKUs in Azure. This brought about a lot of questions. It brought about a lot of anxiety because it's change. So let's start with why. The big reason is consolidation of purchasing options, right? So having both in the mix, honestly, it does cause confusion. Now that we're past the general availability of Microsoft Fabric and we have Microsoft Fabric capacities that are available, we want to consolidate on just those SKU types. Now, Power BI Premium capacities, you purchase those from a Microsoft 365 perspective. So I think about that in the context of Microsoft 365 Commerce, whereas Microsoft Fabric capacities, you purchase those from an Azure perspective. This actually changes the game a little bit. And so now you're purchasing through your Azure budget as opposed to purchasing through like the Microsoft 365 subscription pieces. And so you can take advantage of a lot of those Azure items that are available. Cost management, quotas from a spending perspective, it's all governed through subscriptions inside of Azure. Also, there are specific capabilities that actually come if you're leveraging a capacity on the Azure side. So like trusted workspace is an item. You don't have that from a Power BI Premium SKU, but you do have that from a Microsoft Fabric capacity perspective because it's an Azure resource at that point. And I'll link in the description. There's a doc that I have that actually calls out the differences between P SKU and F SKU in terms of what's available. So definitely go check that out. Footnote, I'm not talking about the Power BI embedded capacities. That's out of scope of this video. So if you're using those, you can keep using those. The natural reaction I've seen across social media and just talking to customers is like, wait a second, you're forcing me to use Fabric. And the reality here is no, there's a difference between enabling Fabric items as opposed to just the capacity itself. If you just want to use Power BI and that's all you want, you can do that. So whether you have a Power BI Premium SKU or you have a Microsoft Fabric SKU, it's the same capabilities, right? It's just a question of where are you purchasing those items and where are they located? So if all I want to do is just keep using Power BI, I can do that with a Microsoft Fabric SKU, just keep the Fabric items turned off and nothing really changes from an end user perspective. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, but let me walk through a couple of quick scenarios and then we'll head over to my machine. So first off, if you are just a net new customer, you've not been using Power BI at all, you're just coming in and you're like, I want to buy capacity. The only option you have really is a Microsoft Fabric capacity, purchasing that from Azure. And that would have been if you were coming after July 1st, 2024. So Power BI Premium just wouldn't have been an option for you. Now, if you were an existing customer, you would have been able to renew the Power BI Premium capacity until February 1st of 2025. So if you ended up needing to do a renewal after February 1st of 2025, you'd have to go with the Fabric capacity. At that point, you wouldn't be able to renew the Power BI Premium capacity. Now, if you're a customer with an enterprise agreement, you can continue to renew Power BI Premium through the life of that agreement. If the end of that enterprise agreement comes after February 1st, 2025, whenever the agreement ends and you renew the agreement, you'll have to migrate over to Microsoft Fabric capacities at that point. And this could be a little bit of time. So take a look at your agreement to figure out what is your window of migration. And so you may still have a year or two that you're just sitting on Power BI Premium capacities and you don't have to do anything. But I would challenge you to go look at this now and be prepared. All right, what if you're on a sovereign cloud and you're also sitting there going, what the heck's a sovereign cloud? So these are like the government clouds. So in the US, we have a couple of different ones. So there's GCC, GCC High, there's Department of Defense. You also have other sovereign clouds. So like in Germany and China, they have their own. So those are not affected right now because Fabric's not available in sovereign clouds. So keep using Power BI Premium. All right, so enough of all this talking. Let's head over to my machine. Let's look at a few things. Let's go into my Contoso workspace. And one thing you'll notice here is all I have is Power BI items. So I'm going to come up to workspace settings. And when I come over to license info, you'll see that I'm on a premium capacity. And then this capacity is in West US. West US happens to be my home region. And so when we think about migration, the first question I ask is the capacity in your home region? Is it not in your home region? So how do we figure out what the home region is? So we'll come up to the question mark up here. We'll come down to about Power BI and we'll see right here your data is stored in West US. This is your home region. Outside of the capacities, this is where Power BI and Fabric reside from a data perspective. So that's good info to have. And we will see that this capacity, back to license info, this capacity is West US. It's in my home region as well. So I want to say, I want to move this to a Fabric capacity. Well, I happen to have a few Fabric capacities available available. So let's just go to edit. We'll come down here and we'll see our license capacity. Right now it's premium capacity. I'm going to change it to fabric capacity. And it says select your capacity. And I've got 3 available. I'm going to go with West US. So I'm going to say the capacities are going to be in the same region. So let's go ahead and hit fabric West US. Boom, it was saved successfully. Now my capacity for this workspace is on a fabric capacity instead of a premium capacity. That was it. Yep, that's it. Couple caveats though, because it always depends. One thing to note here is this setting here, the small semantic model storage format. So whether you're on premium capacity or fabric capacity, that option is available to you. So if it's just small, life is good. You don't have to do anything. From a Power BI perspective, this large semantic model storage format will block you from moving capacities potentially. So you need to be aware of this. You can try changing it back to small, but I don't know that that works. And so you may have to republish or rebuild. But this has been around forever. This is nothing new. So even if you moved from a premium capacity to a premium capacity, you would have had this challenge. So what if I wanted to move this to a fabric capacity in a different region? So I'm just going to go and choose this one that's in East US. So that's not West US. And it'll give me a message here. Hey, change assigned workspace. Do you want this capacity? There are potentially gateway things that you may need to go update from a refresh perspective. That's good to know. So let's go ahead and change the capacity and boom, it worked. And so now my capacity is in East US. If all you have are Power BI items in the workspace, this is pretty simple. So what about a workspace with fabric items? And this is where it becomes a little more involved. Okay, so let's switch over to a workspace and I'll just go to database test here. So this has a fabric SQL database and it's got a lakehouse. So we've got 2 fabric items in this workspace. So let's go to workspace settings and we'll see right now it's on my premium capacity in West US. Let's go ahead and change that to a fabric capacity in the same region. Fabric capacity, and we'll choose West US. Let's go ahead and select license. Boom, that worked. Whatever region the Power BI premium capacity is in has to be the same region as the fabric capacity in Azure. Okay, so what if it's a different region? So we're in the fabric capacity in West US right now. So let's go ahead and move that over to my capacity in East US. Gives me that message again. Great. And you're like, all right, it worked. Well, wait, but the screen didn't update. And what you need to do here is scroll back up and you'll see an error, right? So it says, look, the workspace can't be reassigned because it includes fabric items and you're attempting to move them across regions. So regardless of whether this is a fabric capacity or a premium capacity or whatever the mix is, for fabric items, if you go across regions, you got to take action. Like this is not going to be an automatic thing. The guidance right now is you have to delete all of the fabric items, then move the workspace to the fabric capacity, and then you've got to recreate all the fabric items. It's not pleasant. One thing that can help you in this in terms of redeploying quickly is Git integration. So a lot of the items as of the recording of this video are supported for Git. For those items, you can kind of shortcut this step a little bit, or at least speed it up. So if you can, keep the capacities in the same region and also be thoughtful ahead as you create new capacities. Where are those regions placed and where do you want those items located to service what you're trying to do? All right, one more item here. So let's go to this one. And so this one, I've got a lakehouse as well. Just to illustrate that it's not actually about your home region. Let's go to license info. And right now you'll see that this is on an East US 2 capacity. So what I want to do is I want to switch it to another capacity in the same region. And so we'll go and switch that to another East US 2 capacity. Boom. And that worked. I didn't get the error. It's more about the capacity region than it is the home region, but just be aware where the home region is as well. Because if you create capacities in a different region than the home region, there's potential latency factors that come into that. But in terms of migration, whether it's a premium capacity or a fabric capacity, really we're just reassigning the workspace to the new capacity. And that has implications of whether there's Power BI items with large model format and or fabric items with inside of the workspace. So there's things to consider on that front. The last thing I want to call out is there is potential automation for you. So I've got a link down in the description below to an article that one of the Microsoft Cloud Solution Architects created. And there's a notebook that can help you with running the transition. The catch to this is the notebook is a fabric item. So you have to have fabric items enabled in order to leverage this script. But if you're just using Power BI, take a look at it also, because really it's just calling REST APIs to do the automation. And so you could take that and then go do that in a PowerShell script. Okay, I want to know what you think. Have you already started doing migrations? Have you hit problems? Let me know down in the comments below what your experience has been, how this is affecting you, or how you're proceeding with it, and what are the timelines that you've got. Like, I'd be curious to see, like, it's already done, or hey, we're looking to do this in the future. As always, from both Patrick, Martha, and myself, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.